be live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another round of Holomania. This is indeed the final round of 16 match before we get into our quarterfinal showcase, which will be hosted tomorrow at 16 UTC, I believe. Today we have a pretty interesting matchup. First off, I'm Walmart5193, and joining with me here today is Sparky.
Hello, how are you doing today, Walmart?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been commentating the last couple matches, and this is my final one until we get into quarterfinals showcase, which is tomorrow. Today we have Gar Gura Gura Hololive Loading Confused GIF, who placed 4th in the seeding and ranking, and Ina Connoisseur.
Yep, it's going to be a very interesting matchup here. Given how we've gone through this round of 16, we have had a couple of upsets so far. I believe our 7th seed got knocked out in this round, so definitely some room for caution if you are this Gar Gura Gura Hololive Loading Confused GIF lineup.
We have lots of big names here. Banan, who I'm pretty sure participated in last year's MWC, and Girl Roasted, known as a pretty well player in just Mania overall.
Yeah, some very household names if you have been around the tournament scene for a while. Bears to mention Chu and 02 Snow did make it very far in the Mania Collegiate League. Another tournament that happened not too long ago, just recently concluded, and then for Ina Connoisseur we have Sol and Beton Robot. Did receive word that Beton Robot is not going to be participating in this match, so it is going to be the two-man lineup of Sol and Grow Roasted.
That's going to be quite a little disadvantage for Ina Connoisseur, but I'm sure it will be nothing much of a deal. And now, we should probably get into the placements here, because that's going to be one of the bigger things to rely on when it comes to protects and picks and even bans.
Yeah, you can already see some discrepancies here in the seating. The SV being one of the main outliers and number one placing for Gargura Gura Hololive Loading Confused GIF. Definitely no slouches when it comes to the SVs. Probably going to be one of the protects for them if that is to be believed.
We have our first warm up, I believe, and it's going to be a pretty. Is this on DT?
Yes, this is on DT.
Oh, I never knew that was actually allowed in these tournaments. Have it on DT.
I think so long as the players all agree to it, good way to get under that drain time requirement. That being said, don't make them longer than they need to be, please. We don't want like 4-minute stamina maps on DT.
And as we get, I'm gonna go back to our little seed placements here. Gargura Gura Hololive Loading Confused gift. Besides the first place on the SV, which would be something to look out for the other team. They placed 11th on King, and also on Excuse My Rudeness, also having a good placement on Reflect, 7th place, and placing 8th in Rice 2, which is Q.
Yeah, I think going back to the seedings, one of the main routes that Ina Connoisseur might take in this match would be to approach the LNs. Do have the advantage on that front, doing a little bit better, especially with how physical these maps are.
Yeah, placing 4th place on King for Ina Connoisseur, I will not be surprised if maybe we see, whenever it's their turn to pick, or even maybe when it comes to protects, we will most likely see maybe some LNs or some hybrids being played there.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see something like Domination getting protected here. It is the more physical of the two. Kira might be an outside option as well. We have seen some players struggle to, or some teams struggle to put up a good team performance on that map in particular. There are some sections that can take you for a bit of a ride if you're not too careful, but it'll be interesting to see what the strategy is, if either team has the strategy. We know sometimes these players like to fly by the seat of their pants when it comes to these picks and bans, so...
I know this is warm-ups, but Grill Roasted is still holding an FC on what looks like such a dense long run map. This is like something you would see in like grand finals of a God tournament.
Yeah, this is... I think we could just call this a normal warm-up for Grill Roasted. They have been putting up some monstrous scores, especially on LN maps in particular. I think they had like a 1 miss on a new ranked map. Oh god, what was it called? It was like a 7-minute LN map on DT. Like this man's LN capabilities are.
And I guess Chu just like took their hands off the keyboard.
Yeah, just failed out. Don't want to waste all the stamina in the warm up. I always like to say you can't win the warm up, but you can definitely lose the warm up.
Ooh, we got an MWC map coming in.
Oh boy.
Screw. Honestly, besides Nero Cloud 9, this is probably one of my favorite Camellia songs.
It's a pretty good map. Has been charted by multiple people. This one by Lemon Guy.
I think Hyper has made an SV version of this, which was also used in a tournament, which was the SV Summer Exhibition Tournament, which was hosted last year.
Yep. So definitely a very popular song, lends itself to multiple genres.
And as Grill Roasted takes a, say he has to restart the game, always a good idea to always, have a quick OC reset before you head into your multi. You don't want to see any lag spikes head in.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to potentially ruin a match due to technical issues. So definitely want to get those sorted out, especially in the warm-ups.
Might want to even after if you don't feel like playing warm-ups, you could always restart your computer, unplug and replug in your keyboard, make sure everything is all ready.
Yeah, light a candle or two, just pray that nothing goes wrong. Just
take a drink of water.
Read the newspaper. I don't know what people do nowadays.
Commentate matches probably. I don't know.
Yeah, that too. We could probably just sit in a commentary booth, make some offhand comments.
And look at slideshows of old school work, I guess. That's what I did to pass the time I was waiting for this match.
gotta keep yourself occupied in the downtime between the matches.
Yeah.
That means the Ro16 is back. We're gonna get into the second warm-up.
Yeah, this is a pretty well-known map, and plus, seeing as this is mainly long note, like more of like a more long note, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this was in hybrid section or long note in the MWC,
I
but I
think
know,
it's a hybrid.
yeah, and I believe this also has the storyboard, but thankfully storyboard is turned off.
Yeah, I don't even know what you would do as a storyboard for this map, but that being said, gonna get into second warm-up. Another opportunity for the players to get the misses out, just calibrate, dial in, make sure the nerves are in check.
And Chu just playing at a extraordinarily low scroll speed. I don't know if it's with like their actual scroll speed, but not to judge, since I know people have like skins that have to use such low scroll speeds. Nothing to judge at all.
Yeah, just a minute observation. It's always interesting because you have the complete opposite where you have players playing on like 32, 33 scroll speed, and it looks, you can barely see the notes on the screen.
Yeah. Me myself, I play on 30 scroll speed, so. And Grill Roasted finding a little drop there, but then again, this is warm-ups, not an actual. You know, this won't cost you any points. Also, this is a winner's bracket match, so whoever loses will not be going home. They will be just put in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, so a bit less consequence, and it's funny the fact that Grow Roasted dropped because they FC'd that other map, and that was DTLN hell map. This one a lot less dense, and they find the miss here. Just goes to show you sometimes the easier content is what trips people up.
I mean, these mini jacks, I know I have lots of one miss chokes on this. Trying to go for the full combo on this.
Yeah, definitely a bit of abrasion in the patterning. Looks like it is going to wind down.
And by the way, whoever wins this match goes on to verse in the quarterfinals. They verse in the quarterfinals. Yeah, Gargura. And now we're gonna head into rolls here. And also, whoever loses this round, they will.
Hey, that's a solid 100 right there too.
I think I might know who might win this roll.
I want to see a 1. Is this going to be the fabled? No, it's not. 33.
And whoever loses either has to verse Swiss Eggs or Yabe.
Okay, so pretty interesting matchup there.
Alright, so now Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift has won the roll. So they get to protect first or ban second, but they automatically get to pick first.
Yeah, that's the virtue of winning the roll. You do get to pick first regardless of what happens here. It's just a matter of what you want to do first. I've seen some teams opt to ban first as opposed to protecting first.
Yeah, maybe you want to see what the other team protects, so you know what to ban next. But who knows? And they're opting to protect first.
Normally, I would say SV would be on the board for the protect, but it's honestly one of those situations where you know you're not going to ban SV. Your opponents might ban the SV, so you might as well aim the protect.
Rock being protected?
Okay, guarantee the SV2 survives the banning process. Don't dislike this, given the seeding discrepancy there.
Yep, seeing how the seeding placed, not surprised seeing already an SV getting protected. We might see some long notes getting protected here, seeing how well the seeding was with Ina Connoisseur's long notes.
Yeah, I can see
placement was. Maybe like
domination.
Maybe, domination, all the world is ocean, maybe Kira. And they are currently having a big discussion on what they're going to protect.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure you protect something that both your players are comfortable with the absence of Beta and Robot, probably changes up the compositional lineups. Maybe they might have been the ones assisting with the LNs.
Make sure what your team wants to be comfortable with on protecting. Maybe we can even see Eva Show getting protected, who knows? Some of the Rice picks are still available.
Yeah, absolutely. Eva Show has been one of those picks where...
And Hybrid 2 they pick as a protect.
So the other, basically a core jack pick in this pool. I mean, it has quite a bit of core jack difficulty despite it being a hybrid.
Ina Connoisseur's band is SV1 Sparks.
Unsurprising.
And now we go into Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gifts band. Maybe we're gonna see
where Ibasho might be.
Yeah, Eva Show, seeing how physical it is. Or maybe even Azuno Yozora, the Rice 2, which is the Jump Street one.
Oh, and Rice 1 is going to get knocked out here. Probably don't want to get into a bit of a ratio battle on that pick. We have seen some monstrous scores. I think a couple of matches ago we saw a 10-300 run on it.
And mine was a 60-300, but I had keyboard problems.
Yeah, keyboard issues.
I had more misses than I did 300s. And now we're heading into our first pick here. Will not be surprised if we see some, like, you know, maybe some Rice, seeing how Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift has Banan on their team. Banan is a powerhouse ratio player.
Yeah, absolutely. They pretty much have pick of the litter. Might want to avoid the LN picks in particular, however. Don't want to pick into your opponent's strengths.
Yeah.
Could probably see the Protect coming out immediately here. That might not be out of the realm of possibilities. Their team taking a second side.
They did Protect Hybrid 2. Oh no, I mean SV2, sorry. So we could see SV2 coming already, but who knows? It would be nice to see some SVs coming out early.
Yeah, it just paints the dichotomy of the match. We had two very standard, one LN pick, one more hybrid focused pick for the warm-ups. Just completely flip the script, go into those very light SVs. And it's gonna be Hybrid 1 coming out.
Hybrid 1. I don't even want to try to pronounce this one.
Let's call it the Hololive Idol project.
Or we can just call it Haya. Wait, hold on. Oh, we can just call it Hayakayoru or Yura. Hayakayoru Hana.
That works. I'll take it. I'm not going to make an attempt at that, but with that being said, it'll be interesting to see if we have any substitutions here. Banan is waiting in reserves for Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift. But outside of that, Ina Connoisseur, their team, gonna have to play all these maps whether they want to or not due to that absence of Beta and Robot.
Yeah, but seeing how well they did in the warm-ups there, Mysol and Girl Roasted, they have a pretty well long note. And seeing how well they did also, I'm bringing up qualifiers again, they did qualifiers pretty well, so long notes aren't really that much of a problem for Ina Connoisseur. And as we see Banan being substituted in from Chu here.
Okay, so probably feels a bit more comfortable on this.
And we got the NP start, we got the good lucks and have funs. And we're ready for our first map underway.
See how these players perform. A pretty long map to start things off. You're clocking in at just under 4 minutes. Gonna be a bit of a test here. Pretty decent room for comebacks if anybody finds an accuracy drop, but I don't think anybody here is gonna.
And everyone already losing their 100%. Everyone seeming to have a pretty good start. But this map is also quite release based, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Want to watch out for those releases.
Absolutely, and as we clear this first quarter of the map, we see Banan holding a bit of an accuracy advantage over everybody else in the lobby. 99.9 versus the 99.8 of everybody else as we wait for everything to get synced up.
And here we go. Yeah, as Banan is the only one above a 99.9, but as Mysol joins Banan as it's a tug of war with the lead here. As Ina Connoisseur has that slight lead, I think 02 Snow might have dropped to 200 somewhere.
Yeah, might have chopped one of the releases.
But still, we're just not even a third into the map. We're just a 1/4 in. Anything can happen as that lead is flickering back and forth.
Yeah, right now it's Banan's outlier of accuracy, keeping Gargura Hololive loading confused GIF slightly in the lead here. The average accuracy from Ina Connoisseur just a bit behind as 02 Snow recovers their way back into that 99.8% range. And it even does go without saying, the fact that 99.8 is the benchmark here to keep these scores relatively close just speaks to the level of quality of the players playing right now, as Banan drops to 200 in the transition, going into the back half of the map. Does recover very nicely here, but it does give the seed a little bit of ground over to Ina Connoisseur to try and make this back half very interesting.
Yeah, even just 1-200 can flip that score or flip your team right on your head. You make sure you because like I said, these releases here, you do not want to drop any 200s because that can just give the lead to the other team.
Absolutely, and as we get into the last third of the map, we do see the cross-map battles appearing. Top half of the lobby, 02 Snow and Soul going at it against each other, tied in accuracy. Banan and Grow Roasted. Banan able to hold off Grow Roasted at the moment, having about 0.04 of a percent. 02 Snow finds the first miss.
02 Snow drops on, I think it might have been a slider break, but that's going to give the lead to Ina Connoisseur. They're going to need at least maybe even like a break and a 200 to swing that lead back to Gargura Hololive loading confused GIF.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a bit of a nasty drop there, dropping about a full 0.1%. So it might have been a slider break and a miss counted at the same time. Very unfortunate. All players were holding on to the full combos up until that point, and right now it's the road to recovery, but there's not a lot of time left. Only about an eighth of the map left to go. And despite the accuracy evening up just a little bit here, it's that miss that's really giving Ina Connoisseur a cushion.
We head into the final release section, the final long note section of the map. They're going to need a break from Ina Connoisseur to swing that lead back. But I think all these players are really comfortable with these long note sections. I don't think we're going to see any breaks coming from anyone, as besides 02's break earlier, that's going to give Ina Connoisseur their first points.
Yeah, their first point and their first break point in this match.
And it's not by far, only like 6,000 points. Look at that from Banana, 997k, 141 300s.
Yeah, basically towering over everybody else. Grow Roasted not too far behind by comparison, but it really was that 50 and 100
despite
doing the
that
difference.
Yeah, and plus despite that 1-200 from Banana, still keeping a 997k. And everyone not a 4-way FC because 02's drop, but still everyone almost above the 990k mark. But as we head into Ina Connoisseur's next pick, I won't be surprised. Maybe we see the next their Protect, which was the Hybrid 2, come out, or maybe we even see the other picks such as some Long Notes and some Rice.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we just saw the instant Protect get chosen here, try and double up on the points, take advantage of that break point that was received. That being said, the LNs are also an outside option. You saw that slider break come out, and on these longer maps, able to recover from those misses, but if you pick one that's a little bit shorter, not gonna have a lot of room for recovery if somebody does catch a miss. So maybe, might want to capitalize on that.
Maybe we could see Ina Connoisseur trying to get a quick point. Maybe picking story time would be a good idea if they want a nice and short map to get a point on.
Absolutely, but right now they are deliberating.
And
it's maybe
LN1
gets
picked.
Okay,
LN1
so I think this is the shorter of the two LN maps. So definitely wanting to take advantage of maybe some LN discomfort
Yeah,
from the
maybe.
side.
As we're gonna see no changes in the roster as 02 Snow and Banan stay in.
And like we said earlier, Soul and Grow Roasted gonna have to contest all of these picks whether they want to or not due to the absence of Ben and Robot. Looks like the players are ready.
Yeah, as we see the Good Lucks and Have Funs coming in. We're looking for Girl Holiday loading Confused Gift to see if they can tie this game up and get their tying point. Or we can see Ina Connoisseur taking that lead 2-0. As we wait for Bancho to sync up. And we are synced up and ready to go. Banan with Automon turned on, even just like not even 100 combo wins. Still something surprising to see with these releases.
Yeah, they're dialed in right now. If that first performance was anything to speak of, they seem to have this map pool under control. It's whether or not 02 Snow can provide the supporting combo here. And Soul finding the first drop here.
Oh, Soul already finding a drop. Maybe it was probably a bad release, or maybe even just nerves on gave them an early release. As that lead is heading over to Girl Hololive loading Confused Gift as Banan with a 99.96. Girl also not too far behind, still in that 99.9 range, but that break from Mycel is going to give the loading Confused Gift just that lead.
Yeah, we're gonna see these accuracy battles occurring yet again across the field, top half versus bottom half. Banan and Grow Roasted going at it, evening out just a little bit here. 02 Snow holding the advantage over Soul.
I think Banan might have dropped the 200 there, which dropped their accuracy just down just a little bit, still above the 99.9 range.
Yeah, the fact that we can call something like a 200 being an accuracy drop from what, high 99.9s to a low 99.9 is just a testament. And Grow Roasted finding a break here. Oh, that was a client miss.
Okay, thank God. I was about to say, I don't think there would be any more misses here. Seeing how well these teams performed in the qualifying round, I will not be surprised if maybe we see all the FCs staying intact. Besides Mysel's sad break there. Oh, it's been as soon as I said Banan drops. I don't think that was Bancho. That was Banan.
And that was a bit of a sloppy one there. Dropped quite a bit of an accuracy here.
Now we're playing Sparky's Tug of War here, as we see as Ina Connoisseur actually has the lead here from that nasty drop from Banan, but it could take a 200 just to swing that lead back over to Banan just by a little bit. But I don't think.
Oh, but another break there.
I think that just secured it. I think Ina Connoisseur might take that lead there.
Last sliver of map left to go, and it was a valiant effort from 02 Snow, being the remaining full combo on the side of Girl Hololive loading Confused Gift. But unfortunately, Grow Roasted and that towering performance, 99.85, still the only combo remaining for Ina Connoisseur, going to be able to save off.
As Ina Connoisseur will take the second point, and we see 995k coming from Girl Roasted and a 993k coming from 02 Snow. Banan having the best ratio out of everyone here, just leading by only 15 300s. So pretty good scores all around the board, and we're already going into a protect here, which is SV2 from Girl Hololive loading Confused Gift. We see Pop on Rocks.
Yeah, now it's probably the best time to pull out that protect. You've given over that breakpoint, unable to secure a potential breakpoint in return. It was there for the taking. Soul did find that first break. Unfortunately, Banan not able to hold towards the end. Did give that lead back over to Ina Connoisseur. This might be the best chance to try and gain a foothold in this match and potentially avoid a sweep situation.
And we're going to see Chu come in, and Snow staying in as well.
Yeah, I think these two are a formidable SV battery. Soul hoping that their keyboard does not catter again. That might explain some of the drops early on in that LN pick.
Yeah. And as we head into the first and last SV pick of this match, seeing how SV1 got banned, and with my experience of playing this map, actually, I think the one thing that's gonna trip these players up are the teleports, like these teleports right here.
Yeah, if you can't remember where specifically those teleports come from, you can find yourself anticipating the notes pretty badly. Might be cause for some 50s or even misses in worst case scenarios. But right now, everybody managing to hold on here out of the intro.
Now we head
as
into
I say
the
that,
memory section. Mysol and Grill Roasted dropping, which is gonna give Gargoyle Girl Hollow Loading Confused give a demanding lead.
Yeah, on a map as gentle as this, yeah, the SVs are pretty aggressive, but there aren't a lot of notes to try and recover from, as opposed to some of the denser picks in this pool. So getting back up over that 400 combo cap is going to be a bit of a tall ask for the Ina Connoisseur lineup, as Gargoyle Girl Hololive Loading Confused Gift begin to build their lead here, quickly becoming a bit of a runaway here going into the back half of the map.
As now we have into these teleports here, and this part they said trickery and the BPM changes as well, because this is mapped to Amelia Watson's voice.
Yeah, some very awkward snaps to deal with here. Gotta make sure you keep that BPM internalized. You do see some quadding coming out to try and hit some of those lighter sections in time. And it has worked out so far for this Gargoyle lineup. Both players still holding on to their FCs here in that 99.6 range. Pretty much uncatchable at this point unless they have a monumental collapse. A very nice recovery from Ina Connoisseur to try and make this competitive. But as it stands right now, last quarter of the map to go, it's quickly becoming unassailable lead.
Wait, Grow Rosa has a 99.67, I believe.
Oh my goodness, but Soul finding another break here, and Gross dropping a couple hundreds, gonna fall from that perch down to that 99.5 range. The ratios are there, but it's those bad judgments coming out that's really putting a damper on the performance overall from Ina Connoisseur. And it looks like this pick is relatively safe in the bag for Gargoyle Girl Hololive Loading Confused Gift, and they notch their first point on the board. Avoid that sweep.
986k from 02 Snow and a 988k from coming from Chew, and Grill Roasted only having one miss there on that little memory section there right at the beginning, which chokes up everyone's plays. Still performing really well.
Absolutely, you would imagine without that miss, it was going to be about a 985, 984 performance, but unfortunately not enough.
As we head into Ina Connoisseur's third pick, I won't be surprised if maybe we see their Protect come in, which is Hybrid 2.
Yeah, either Hybrid 2 or LN2 might be on the cards for them to go into. And it is going to be Hybrid 2, so back-to-back Protects here.
Just following with the train of Hybrid Protects here. And just picking their Protects. This is one of the more longer maps.
Yeah, absolutely. Clocking about 3.5 minutes. Pretty physical overall for a hybrid. Going to be interesting to see how the players hold up. We see Banan tagging back in for Chew here. They have been performing very well on these picks so far. Being able to contest Grow Roasted.
And I think, was that Client? No, Mysol having an early drop there.
Oh boy, and that's going to put a damper on things as they try and navigate this protect. It was very early on, so the road to recovery isn't nearly as painful here. Already climbing back up into that 99.5 range. 0-2 Snow having a bit of an issue out of that intro as well. Lagging a little bit behind, but fortunately holding on to the full combo here for this Gargura lineup. And again, we're going to have this top map versus bottom half battle. Banan trying to stave off Grow Roasted, and 0-2 Snow trying to hold off Soul here as we get into the second quarter of the map.
Banan with an impressive 99.96.
Yeah, doing very well overall, but Grow Roasted is hot on their tail here. 300% behind, trying to make some inroads in this lead that Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift has built up here.
I think it was that drop from Mysol that gave him that lead.
Yeah, it's the tiniest of buffers to work with, especially now that Soul has recovered. It came early enough in the map that combo cap wasn't going to be a factor here, so it really just comes down to who can hold the ratios, and Soul has recovered very well, now overtaking 0-2 Snow, and probably going to be able to start making some inroads in this lead, especially as Banan has been caught up to by Grow Roasted going into the back half of this map.
Yeah, Banan finding a little bit of drops there. They drop down to 99.89.
Yeah, 0-2 Snow not faring too well either in the grand scheme of things on that roll, dropping down to that 99.7 range, going to give Soul a bit more of a buffer to recover from, and we start to see this lead trending over to the right just a little bit here. These judgments coming out, watch these releases, they do become important this late on into a map. They do start to add up here, and it looks like everybody's able to make it relatively unscathed. Another roll, everybody manages to survive there. Last third of the map upcoming, and it's still this top half versus bottom half battle.
Literally, it will take 1-200 or maybe even a 100 to swing the lead, as Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift is just hanging on by a thread here.
Yeah, doing everything that they can to stave off this advance from Ina Connoisseur. It's that miss really paying dividends, trying to keep this lead afloat for this red team here. That being said, Soul is winning that accuracy battle against 0-2 Snow despite the misses. So if either player from Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gifts drops any semblance of accuracy, it could spell disaster for their runs, even if they don't drop exorbitant amount of 200s or even misses.
Yeah,
and we see it.
Oh, and we're seeing the lead flicker.
This is going to come down to the wire here. That miss is going to be really important in the grand scheme of things as we get into the last sliver of map. Watch these releases. Any 200s dropped here.
As I think Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift might take the game-tying point here.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, they will be.
Oh my goodness. 700 points the
That is just the slightest difference.
It really did come down to that miss very early on, and even despite that,
we're seeing Banan with a 996.8k, and Grow Roasted not be too far behind with a just 200 points behind with a 996.6k. As Mysol and 0-2 Snow also having not too far scores from each other, just behind by 400 points.
Yeah, and those are the slimmest margins that these players have to work with. It really does come down to those minute judgments, and despite that miss, almost able to claw back their way into that map. Is definitely something to watch out for. The hybrids are exhausted. There is only one LN pick left. I'd imagine something in this upper half of the map pool is going to be chosen. It's not like Crispy Fry Party or Story Time might be on the cards for Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift.
As we wait patiently for Gargura Hololive Loading Confused Gift's next pick. I won't be surprised. Maybe we see some of the more Rise picks being chosen.
Yeah, I don't think there's any world where they opt into that LN2 pick. So have three pretty decent decisions to work off of. You either go tech, you go a bit of mixed rice, or you go into that more jump stream oriented
Not even a
section.
single. Also, can I just mention, not even a single Rice pick has been picked yet. So maybe, and we're seeing Rice too, which is Asuno Yozara, which is the jump stream pick.
Yeah, probably the lesser of three evils here for Gargura Hololive Loading Confused GIF to go into to try and make this match point. You would imagine that regardless of what happens here, Ina Connoisseur is going to jump straight into that LN2 regardless of the result to either close it out or force a tiebreaker in this situation. We see Chu coming back in for 0-2 Snow.
We see Chu and Banan. I
First time
believe
we've
this
seen
is a.
version.
Yeah. I believe this is a good choice from Gargura Hololive Loading Confused GIF because I've seen Banan's playing because I have actually played in the tournament where I was against Banan.
Yeah, they have pretty devastating accuracy.
You do not want to be put up against the match with Banan when it comes to ratio.
Absolutely, but if there's anybody up to the task, Grow Roasted definitely able to contest them so far on all of these picks.
I think that's what it's gonna come down with. It's most likely going to be the ratio actually, and we're seeing already something
bit of a decent client misses. Gotta love these updates that OS likes to put out on the tournament client.
Gotta love Osu. Yeah, give the commentators a heart attack, will ya? And as we see, everyone above the 99.9 range, something neat to see. But this is it. But this is early game as we wait for Bancho to sync up again.
Yeah, the spaghetti string is doing its best to keep everything in order here. And as we wait for the combos to recover on the side of Ina Connoisseur, I don't see them recovering though. Was that a team reset on the side of Ina Connoisseur?
I mean, look at the accuracies. I believe that could have been drops from Ina Connoisseurs.
Oh my goodness.
They're just trolling.
That is a very interesting time to drop. We hadn't even gotten into the more dense portions of the jump stream. Might have been a bit of a hiccup from both of them here.
I mean, they're literally tied in combo, so they must have missed at the exact same time.
Pretty much, either that or within 1 or 2 notes of each other, both misreading the patterns into the transition, into the jump streams, but that is going to give Gargura Hololive Loading Confused GIF quite a bit of a buffer to work with. I think this is the largest margin that they've had outside of that SV pick, and both of them holding in that 99.9 range is going to make any sort of comeback very tall task. It's not up to Ina Connoisseur at this point. It's going to be up to this Gargura lineup to maintain the consistency and hold on to the combos if they don't want to hand this lead back over.
And this is also a breakpoint match, so whoever wins this breaks the tie that's currently going on and also gets match point as well. So watch out for that.
Yeah, a lot on the line here in terms of tiebreaker and match implication. That's another drop for Roasted.
Which is going to just increase that lead for Gargura Hololive Loading Confused GIF. It's going to take a lot, maybe even like 3 to 5 misses coming from Gargura Hololive Loading Confused GIF side in order to swing that lead back over to Ina Connoisseur. But
yeah, another couple of misses.
But we see just Chu and Banan being extremely consistent with these jump streams here. Even with those little mini jack there, still not finding any problem at all, as I feel like they might still be V1 double S'ing.
Yeah, either V1 double S'ing or like single digit 200s here. But finally find a drop.
Commentator's curse.
I don't think there's enough time left here for Ina Connoisseur to make any inroads in this lead. It's become basically insurmountable.
I saw, oh wait, no. I think Girl Roasted might have dropped earlier. The combo kind of messed. Okay, so we see Gargura Hololive Loading Confused GIF winning their pick, and it is match point now. So it is Ina Connoisseur's pick. I believe no protects to be played yet. As I mean, all the protects have been played, so.
Yeah, I don't think there's a world where we don't see LN2 come out. But that being said, Soul and Grow Roasted attributing the misses
72,
to
by
some
the way.
chatter. Yeah, 72
72 300s coming from Banan.
and a miss.
Sadly, that would have been
Yeah.
easily. That would have been easily, most likely, a 999k coming from Banan if we've seen a full combo, maybe even a V1 double S. And there is a world where maybe even Crispy Fry gets picked, story time, or we just go and stick with the simple and go with LN2.
Yeah, I think LN2 has to be the play here for Ina Connoisseur.
Yeah,
That
seeing
being said,
as we refer back to the qualifier sheet where we see the results, they placed 11th, I believe, or I'll check right now actually. They placed 4th in long notes. So I will not be surprised if we see the last long note pick coming from Ina Connoisseur to stay alive and force tiebreaker.
yeah, absolutely. But right now they're probably trying to make that decision because they like I said, they have both been complaining about keyboard chatter, attributing to some of those drops, especially in that last pick. That might be why we saw that simultaneous miss. So might be weighing their options here. If they have chatter on LN, those slider breaks are going to be absolutely devastating, especially on a map as long as Domination.
So we might not see LN2 come out. We might see like story time, which I believe is one of the more shorter rice picks.
Yeah, one of the shorter rice picks and not as dense or LN heavy as Crispy Fry Party. Quite a couple of LNs to navigate in that map as well. Don't want to have a mistimed chatter ruin a very good run there and a potential to make it to tiebreaker.
So we can maybe see story time or LN2 being picked, unless Ina Connoisseur wants to push their luck and play Crispy Fry. And they're gonna go for LN2.
Yeah, that has to be the pick. You gotta roll the dice here. Keyboard issues aside.
And I believe this is one of the more shorter long note picks, I believe. I'm unsure.
No, this is actually, yeah, 2 minutes 49.
Clocking in at almost 3 minutes clocking in, but still, there's still lots of room to make for some breaks in here.
Yeah, we're gonna see 02 Snow clocking back in for Chu.
And Banan staying in, I believe, as we have Mysol and Grill Roasted forcing to be stayed in as they have lost their third teammate. As we see our good lucks and have funs in the chat, and we will be heading into our 6th map of this match. Will we see it? Will we see a sad breakpoint coming from Girl Hollow loading Confused Gift, or will we be seeing a tiebreaker?
A tiebreaker to close out this weekend would be very exciting, but I dare not try and curse these players as we get into this map. We already see some accuracy drops across the board. Soul and 02 Snow not handling that intro too well compared to their counterparts Banan and Grow Roasted. 99.83s tied on the bottom half of this lobby. Soul and 02 Snow, as it has been throughout this match, gonna duke it out here to try and win a point for their team here.
Yeah, this is such a more of a release-based pick where you can easily drop even a miss on one of these sections.
Yeah, I gotta stay very focused during these lighter sections. Snappings are timed to the voices, not the music.
So we're basically seeing Pop on Rocks again as they are snapped to the voices. As now we're playing Tug of War.
Oh, Banan!
Banan drops! That is going to give Ina Connoisseur the lead. It is going to take a miss of Ina Connoisseur in order to swing that lead back to Girl Hollow loading Confused Gift. I don't think we're going to see it as we see how well these players are taking these little long note sections, and we see a 200 from Mysol, but nothing much more besides just a 200. As that lead is shrinking, as Banan is recovering very fast.
Yeah, recovering very fast, but they've got to try and make it back up to the accuracy of Grow Roasted. They're able to clear Sol here by a considerable margin. 0-2 Snow winning that battle in that regard. But right now, Ina Connoisseur being buffeted by that miss from Banan on the transition into the back half of the map. About a quarter of the map left to go. And as it stands, oh my goodness, I dare not try and call it too early, but it is looking very good for Ina Connoisseurs right now.
We could be seeing a tiebreaker happening to close off this weekend.
There's still quite a couple of very hard LN sections to go. The density does pick up again after this transition. All players gotta hold on.
And here we go. As we head into the more tricky long notes, so we can maybe see a lot of 200s, 300s, or maybe even a few breaks here and there, but I'm unsure as how well these players are doing. I don't think any breaks are coming. As we're nearing the end of the map, we might be seeing a tiebreaker here, but that lead, it will take just a miss to swing that lead over to Gargurgur, Hollow Loading, Confused Gift.
I feel like the miss has to come from Grow Roasted. There isn't enough time. The map is starting to wind down. There aren't a lot of tricks left up this map sleeve to try and trip up the players. And it looks like we're going to tiebreaker.
And we are going to see a tiebreaker.
Oh my goodness. One miss, they had the ratio advantage, but that one slider break on the transition is enough. A 994k performance from Grow Roasted elevates Ina Connoisseurs above Gargurgur, Hololive, Loading, Confused Gift, and we need the tiebreaker to come in.
A tiebreaker.
The last potential one, the last possible one for this round. What a way to end this weekend.
Yeah, what a way to end off the weekend, as you will be seeing our showcase on tomorrow on Monday. So maybe if you're
anywhere you're at.
Yeah, so maybe if you're at work or something, you might want to sneakily put out your phone and watch the map pool showcase that's starting.
That's what I'll be doing.
Not me, because I'll be most likely at home because I do not have a job yet.
Alrighty, it looks like before we get into this map, Gargurgur, Hololive, Loading, Confused Gift is going to opt to try and take a timeout here.
Honestly, I do not blame them, as this is probably one of the biggest. Besides, well, this is just round of 16, and plus if they do get eliminated, they still have the losers bracket to go through. So nothing much is saying it's not the end of the world for any of these teams. So, but still, they might need a discussion to see who will go in for Gargurgur, Hollow, Loading, Confused Gift, because it really depends on who you feel most comfortable with accuracy and not dropping.
Yeah, absolutely. They're gonna probably decide who take this one on. 0-2 Snow and Banan.
And Banan opting in as we get to see our final tiebreaker of the round of 16, which I believe is our, I want to say, fourth tiebreaker, but I think it's third. Yeah, we've had Fanfare D's Nuts versus Hololive Engineers. I think it's the I can just check right now, actually.
Yeah, right now the Ina Connoisseur lineup dipping during this timeout to maybe look over the tiebreaker real quick.
It was Holopataxis versus Holo Alpacas. Fanfare D's Nuts versus Hololive Engineers. And I believe that was it. So this is our third tiebreaker, I believe. Yeah, this is our third tiebreaker.
Yeah, right now we can probably speculate whom potentially comes out on top here. This is a very physical pick overall, and we have seen Grow Roasted and Banan able to hold very high accuracies in the face of some of these denser patterns here. So
also,
I give them. Go ahead.
I think it might be also coming down to nerves as well, because nerves is also your big thing here.
Absolutely.
And also, as Mysol is saying, they need sleep, seeing probably their time zone. I know there's some people from Thailand here, so and
Hong Kong, Malaysia.
So most players here are in the Asia related time zones, which are normally, it would most likely be close to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to basically just midnight for them.
It's one of those questions of why do you allow yourselves to play this late? That's why reschedules exist.
Yeah, but I stood up at till 11:30 to play Pummel Party with my friends. So
Yeah, but that's Pummel Party. This is a tournament.
True, it's true. I can't argue with that.
But yeah, for right now, hopefully no players are affected negatively by the implications of having to play at 1 a.m. in the morning.
I almost had to struggle with having to play at 1 a.m. in the morning, but thank God I managed to get to reschedule. God bless reschedules.
Yeah, that is why I play very early in the morning, usually like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. for me.
I think the earliest that I've ever played was 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, same. It's hard with time zones when you're playing somebody across the other side of the world from you.
Yeah, I had to play it. It was a soft 6. It was soft 6 playoffs, I believe. Since they had the playoffs and then they had the group stage.
Yeah.
I just like to see this song because this is honestly one of my favorite songs out of all Holomania map.
Yeah, this one's pretty good overall. Definitely a fitting choice for a tiebreaker. Has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it has a little bit of everything, but no SVs, just mainly long notes as well. You see lots of long note patterns in here.
Some physical rice patterning to work your way through as well.
Also, what better to see Corone and Okayu as they have a little collaboration in singing this.
Yeah, and I think the 5 minutes is pretty close to elapsing. Probably just making sure all the players are in. I think we have 2 still in the lobby. Yeah, they leave here. And we are going to get this tiebreaker underway. The timeout is over.
Here we go. The timeout is done and we are heading into our last tiebreaker of the round of 16.
Players are ready. The MP start command does go out. The
and we see the
7th
good
map.
looks and have buns. What a way to end off the weekend. And here we go as we head into... I don't even want to try to pronounce this tiebreaker. And you can already see lots of a little bit of accuracy drop from Banan at the beginning.
Yeah, I think quite a bit of damage here, going down into that 99.3 range, going to give Ina Connoisseur a bit of a lead to work with here out of the intro. 02 Snow not faring too well either.
That lead is already shrinking, seeing how Banan is already gaining their accuracy back. Because it was mainly at that beginning that tripped them up. But as we see, Banan already coming up to a 99.7. As 02 Snow sees a little accuracy drop there. That might have been a couple 200s there, dropping down to a 99.5, giving Ina Connoisseur that little lead.
Yeah, right now we're roasted, basically untouchable right now. 99.94. Banan gonna try their best to meet
as
them
we
there.
head into our build up, and now we head into the first drop of this map here. Let's hope none of our players drop here on the drop of this map. As we have these long note releases here, which will trip lots of players up, especially when it comes to accuracy. But all of our players not seeming to have any problem with it.
Yeah, we see everybody climbing here, the side of Gargura Hall, I've loading Confused GIF. Able to stabilize a little bit here, but still need to make up some ground going into second third of the map. 99.86, 99.7.
No one really finding those problems on those long note long jacks. No early releases, nothing at all.
Yeah,
as
TV rushes.
We head into just a little less than halfway of the map. with Ina Connoisseur having that slight lead. But anything can happen at the second half of the map.
Absolutely, and we see Banan climbing all the way back up into that 99.9% range. They have arrived to contest Grow Roasted here. It's going to be whether or not 02 Snow can do the same against Soul here to try and make a dent in this lead. We see it trending a little bit to the left here.
As we head into our second drop of the map here. And where the LNs get more dents. Will our player, who will be the first to break the silence and maybe have a major drop? But I don't think any of our players are gonna have any major drops on this, as that lead is starting to shrink actually.
Yeah, Gargura Hololive loading Confused Gift making the long trek for this comeback to try and make this comeback a possibility. 02 Snow climbing back up into that 99.8% range, and now Sol and Grow Roasted have to watch their backs here. Last quarter of the map to go, and this is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, you do not want to end up closing your Twitch stream already and not throwing your bracket away if you're rooting for Gargura Hololive loading Confused Gift. We still have a little bit of the map left, so stay seated as we are. This is a very tight match. Anything can happen at this final part of the map.
Last sliver left to go. Hopefully the players remember that they shouldn't take their hands off the keyboard when they think the map is over. It does not end when they think it ends. And as it stands,
we're seeing the lead shrink. It's starting to turn into a game of tug of war here. As we head into the final part of the map, we're gonna have to see at least a 200 on the, and we're not gonna see any. And make sure not to take your hands off the keyboard as we head near the ending.
Yeah, this tag ending doesn't catch anybody off guard, and despite the best efforts of Gargura Hololive loading Confused Gift, they were able
Ina
to...
Connoisseurs will be winning this round and will be moving on to the quarterfinals, I believe. I hope. And yep, the Ina Connoisseurs will be moving on to the quarterfinals. As sadly, we're gonna have to say goodbye to, we'll not say goodbye, we'll say farewell to the Gargura Hololive loading Confused Gift in the winners bracket, as they'll be moving to the losers bracket in the quarterfinals.
Very well played from all members involved.
Yeah,
I did not see that miss from Banan. I'm surprised there is a 1 in that miss column.
I think they dropped at like the very end.
Oh my goodness, so a reverse situation from Sol.
Oh, they missed on like the very first note. That's what Banan did. They missed on the very first note, I believe.
Oh, and if you take that miss out of consideration, they might have actually been able to take back this lead. But with that being said, congratulations to Ina Connoisseur, able to save off.
As Ina will be moving on to the quarterfinals, and will our wonderful referee show the bracket, please? Because I do not know. They will be versing in the quarterfinals, and as Gargura Hololive loading Confused Gift will be heading to the losers bracket. It is not over for their journey as they verse the, hold on a second.
Is that Yabe?
Yeah, Yabe, I believe. Yes, they will be versing Yabe, or yes, Yabe.
Be very interesting overall, but as you were alluding to towards the top of the broadcast, we will be having the quarterfinal showcase tomorrow at 16 UTC. Hopefully you guys are able to meet us then. That'll do it for the matches in the round of 16. And Walmart, unless you have anything else to say.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to everybody. We hope you enjoyed our round of 16. As we've enjoyed, or I hope you enjoyed our round of 16 weekend, as we'll be showing the quarterfinal showcase tomorrow at 16 UTC. I'm Walmart5193. We'll see you next time.